Now, it may surprise no one if I said that I've got a little bit of a collection of bass drum pedals. So bass drum pedals are not something that I've ever really covered on the channel. There's no particular reason for this other than obviously it is a piece of hardware. It sits on the floor and is kind of unglamorous, but if you think about it, they are incredibly important, and it's probably it's been a massive oversight on my part that I probably should have featured some pedals sooner. Now, it may surprise no one if I said that I've got a little bit of a collection of bass drum pedals. I think I've got about 15 or 16. And I've only got one sort of duplicate in that, which is and even then actually they're very slightly different. But the duplicate is actually the Tama Camco pedal that was available in the 80s. I've been jamming on this pedal for the last couple of weeks, and I just thought I'd do a little video on it, so here it is. I first came across these pedals, and I remember it's one of those occasions where I actually physically remember the position of the Highwood stall in the room, and I actually remember sitting there trying them and talking to Gareth about it. Gareth, I doubt you probably remember it, but I certainly do. But anyway, I remember trying these pedals, and they were so smooth, and it's been one of those things I've always kind of wanted to have ever since I tried one. And I don't go looking for bass drum pedals on eBay very often. It's a select search that I run once, every once in a while, just to see what's out there and what's going around. And I happened to look on eBay a little while ago, and this came up. From what I recall, it's actually an aluminium pedal, and it certainly looks like it's aluminium as well. But it's one of these pedals. It's one of the very modern sort of, dare I say, sort of trick-esque type pedals. That's sort of designed for. You can get some real fast action out of it. I mean, I've still got plenty of life left in that spring there. So I mean, the action's not that. That fantastic, but at the moment it works well for me. So it's a direct drive pedal, as you may have guessed by the fact I've been waving it around for the last 5 minutes. The thing I suppose the main thing I like about this pedal though is it's so adjustable. It's crazy, and it's all adjustable with Allen key, so there's no sort of drum key points on here. It's all Allen key, but and you've even got the sort of you've got the cutouts here. I don't know if you can see it from that side. You've got the cutouts there. You got the cutout in the fretboard. You got the cutout in the footboard there. It's a very light pedal. I mean, obviously you could do that with most bass drum pedals, but that's not putting any effort in there to sort of lift that up and flick that around. And and that's kind of reflected in the sort of action. And you've got the clamps there, so you've got the sort of one with the extended bottom there, and then that also came with it, which is a slightly smaller one. But basically what happens is you've got the hole there, it sits on that little nodal point there, and then you screw it down onto the bass drum hoop. Now on the kit here, which is the Pearlwood fiberglass, this actually comes with a metal, a little metal plate protector instead of the normal rubber ones on the hoop, so that's going to hurt it even less. But what I do like though is that you can actually adjust where that nodal point sits. So obviously you can adjust it there, or indeed if you wanted, I suppose you could put it, I don't know why you really put it over there, but you can put it over there as well. And you've got a couple of little cutouts here in the footboard, or foot plate, sorry, as well. But overall, and obviously you've got the Velcro, which is a great idea, and it's a complete arse to get off in here because I've got carpet everywhere, and it's very, very solid and a pain to pull up. But I mean, obviously I can't really show you much about how it works, but I mean there's just absolutely minimal effort. I mean, I'll do that, and there's absolutely minimal effort there And I think one of the other things about it is really, well, like I said, I mean, it's very adjustable. You've got, I mean, you can, you know, move that if you want. That's on the point there, and it's just very adjustable. I mean, having said that, I haven't adjusted it except for the spring tension really, because I've not really found the need to. Oh, the other thing I forgot, which I don't recall seeing on any other pedals. I mean, I've never played a trick, so it may be on there, but certainly, I mean, I've got an Axis pedal, which I might do, I might do as well at some point. But I mean, that's I think probably a slightly older Axis pedal, but I know that hasn't got this sort of thing on there. And basically, obviously, they're all done on the same Allen key. Allen screws, whatever you want to call them. I've just put that in there now. Actually, I did have it in the front one, but you know, you've got that as well. Which again, as I said, I've never really seen on anywhere on any other pedals. So you know, you could potentially put it back there for sort of added, added action sort of feature. But I mean, all in all, though, and it's very much the the short longboard. Sort of design, and I mean, I've got a couple of pedals which are of this similar sort of end design. The Axis being one of them. The Pearl, I can't remember which one it is. It's the very low end one, with the low end single drive one, which again, funny enough, is a fantastic pedal in my opinion. But then again, I'm not doing fast doubles and the like on these sorts of things. I'm just doing occasional doubles, but all in all though, I'm really happy with this. I was kind of thrilled that I managed to find one. I don't know much about the sort of the subsequent history of these, but funny enough, I did see around the same time I picked this up. Actually, I did see someone advertising a third generation of these, albeit they didn't have the cutout foot plate, and I mean it was slightly different. So he was selling it for, I suppose, what you would say significantly cheaper than I've got this for, but at the same time, this was the one I really liked. And I kind of figured that this one was worth the extra money given that. So yeah, all in all, if you get a chance to try one, as I said, I don't know how many of these are out there, but if you do get a chance to try one, they're very smooth and incredibly light, as I said. So anyway, thanks for watching. I'll see you again.